Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Week 8 action. I am still Foof, and this time I am joined by a very good colleague of mine who had an absolutely beautiful screen cap before. He's out in the jersey, ladies and gentlemen. It's B++.
Hello, I am glad to be back on an official MLE broadcast once again. We have for you the Spectre and the Tyrants in ML3s. This should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, an interesting one is the best way to put it. Both of these teams are definitely on the outside looking in the playoff picture. But I have to ask you a question, B++. Are you a believer? Because right now, the Spectre have the most improbable playoff chance that I have ever seen. Truly, a Spectre miracle run might be in the making. They have a 0.02% chance. But you're telling me there is a chance they might make it.
There is a chance indeed, but there is a lot they have to do, and that involves probably getting a 5-0 tonight. But on the other side, though, we have the Tyrants, who are also not exactly looking the best either. They have a 4.18% chance as of last week, but they are 8 games out of playoffs, so they also need a good result here in order to get themselves in the playoffs. So both of these teams absolutely need a good result here.
You ever see like a graphic, like when it's talking about the goal is at the top of the mountain? That's like the MLE ML Championship. That's at the top of the mountain. You have like all the playoff teams there. You have these two teams that are just, all right, that mountain's a lot bigger for both of us, but we can start climbing at any time. So B++, it is as good of a time as any for both of these teams to try and have this late season turnaround. The week before divisional play, you get a big win here, and you can try and carry that over and hopefully get into that wild card contention.
Yeah, hopefully get in the wild card contention, or maybe even win the division if you beat everyone in your division bad enough. But I mean, it all depends on right now, because if you're the Spectre especially, there's a good chance you're eliminated next week if you don't get a good result here at all.
It is truly a win or you're out situation for the Spectre. I don't think they could take many more losses with that small percentage. So both of these teams truly hanging on the bootstraps as that horse runs away towards the just dreamland of playoffs. B++, I'm so excited. We have divisional play next week, and we get 3 weeks of that, of teams playing the teams that they play all the time, and then it's playoffs. So both teams loaded in. 5 minutes on the clock. Coming in from the Spectre, we have Blaster and God Racy and Maniac versus Biscuits, Kane and Frosty.
Yeah, and one person I'm noticing right away is Kane, Agent of Chaos. Actually, as some people may know them previously as Rainbow Noms. So it's been a while since they've been in the league, and they're back at it this time being an Agent of Chaos, hoping to cause more chaos.
Oh, the comeback is probably the most amazing story. So trying to spark one here on the Tyrants. 2 players up. Not able to get this one. Maniac going off the sidewall here. A great touch, but no one goes underneath it. Looking for God. Blaster has to be that last one back for the Spectre. Now, crawling that ladder, trying to get up. Got it over. Frosty has some very good control. That Octane looking beautiful in the air, but Kane just called him out, making a big-time save in front of his net. God is up. 15 hard. The ball bouncing back. The Spectre looking for one there, but Kane once again in rotation. B++. It doesn't matter. He comes out of retirement and comes back, and he's still looking as clean as ever. Oh, Biscuit, you gotta be kidding me!
Biscuit with the great setup play and the patience. I was about to mention the patience of Kane, and it shows up again, just waiting for both the Spectre players to miss and Biscuit to get in the center, and the Tyrants take the lead.
That was magic. That was just straight magic. The ball just stopped dead in front of the net, and that is how the Tyrants score first here. The Spectre, I'd still be dumbfounded about that one as Frosty's able to clear it here. Maniac up, stalling it there. Blaster putting a heck of a shot on, but there was a yellow car in the way. Now Biscuit with an open net. He's got to beat Maniac. A one-on-one opportunity and a big-time win for Maniac. Keeping that one out. Kane throws it for Frosty. Frosty unable to find that angle, but the ball is still on this purple side. God gets it out looking for Maniac. Maniac, not enough of a jump. Can't get there in time. Ball now settling on this yellow side.
And I'm noticing that the Tyrants are just kind of waiting here for the Spectre to, like, either give them space or throw them over the ball here just to begin with. Maybe they're just feeling out the other team, trying to figure out what they're doing, but definitely the Tyrants are just kind of waiting for the Spectre to give it away.
Just that patient, cat in the grass, the anglerfish holding the dangle in front of them, trying to bait people in. They're just trying to wait right now, poised, ready to strike at any moment. But Biscuit and company got to be careful in front of their own end. A double commit there. Kane, though, finding another clear. Maniac gets it off to his teammate. The bounce off the backboard. Blaster is up, finds this one back down. But once again, the shot technically on. It's technically accurate, but it's not threatening enough, and another save comes through. The Spectre knocking on this door, making a lot of good shots, but not great ones. So perfect defense beats good shots. So Kaon looking for it out. He's got to find a touch there. Frosty off the backboard. Biscuit doesn't want to overcommit. They're trying to protect this 1-goal lead. God Race, he has it now. Trying to beat one. Biscuit dunking him. Blaster, though, up in time. Maniac able to get the clear in the end.
All of these teams, both of these teams are getting very great opportunities, but it's just the Tyrants just laying it on net right now. They got 8 shots compared to the Spectre's 2 right now. And I mean, the Spectre are holding right now. All it took was one master play from Biscuit to get a goal, but it's still all the pressure coming from the Tyrants.
I call that the shotgun method. They are just throwing everything down the range and seeing what sticks. Maniac trying another one, but this time Biscuit has to make an epic save. Now a one-on-one opportunity. That is something we've seen multiple times. One-on-one plays breaking out on this Spectre in, but they have not given up on those. It was just off of the beautiful dish. Kane looking out midfield. He's got Biscuit. Biscuit already has the beautiful pass, but can't find the glorious shot to finish the collection here. Maniac past one, trying to get it past 2. Kane running back home, trusting Biscuit to hand it off, and does a good clear. Handing it to himself, pushing it back down, only hands it back to Blaster. Blaster 15 on the sidewall there. Frosty's up. Both players there colliding hard. Maniac has to push it on the sidewall and does. I don't like that touch there, though. We just ended up handing off. Biscuit, though, a little bit confused maybe, as now the ball is up. Blaster, far post opportunity, and it's a tie ball game.
A great play here by the Spectre, just finally keeping the pressure on. Kane just unfortunately had a bad touch, and Blaster with a great shot throws it right in the opposite corner. Nobody on the Tyrants is getting to that one.
Now we have truly reset B++. It's game 1. All over again. In game 1, it's a tie ball game. A minute left. Both of these teams now have felt each other out. They've taken shots. They've made defensive stands. They've found passes, and they've been intercepted. So now let's see who can break down the door in a new way. Who can bring something new to this game, or we'll be going to overtime as regulation can't find a winner. Kane back towards it. Blaster, though, puts it off, and now it bounces in. The pull shot coming off of Kane.
Oh, the own goal, unfortunate error from the Spectre. They cleared it off the wall, but then Manic was just chilling there in front of net, and unfortunately was in the way.
He got hit into it. He was working his way out. He was going to get out of the way, but Kane pushed him back up, flipping into the goal. That was the difference maker. Once again, good and good enough are beat by perfection. And you know what? It was just calculated in the end, though. Maniac has to make this one, and does. Kane back down, looking for Biscuit once again. Frosty, a lot of time, a lot of space, but doesn't want to force. Past one, but Maniac 15 hard there. Ball bouncing on Maniac. A lot of room here, going for a double. Bouncing back down, but chaos once again reigns supreme. The Tyrants looking to close this one out in game number 1. Kane, soft, no, the fake coming through, but Blaster read that like a book, left to right. Now Frosty runs backside and able to push this ball. Biscuit, the long arching shot gonna go in, and the game sealer from Biscuit.
Yeah, Biscuit stealing it for the Tyrants here, but I mean, the Spectre, they demoed the last man back there and just kind of didn't do anything with the ball. I don't know if there was a miscommunication or what happened, but felt like that maybe could have led to a goal. Tyrants took that slowness and was able to get back in time and actually created the chance. So Tyrants will gladly take game 1 off of basically an own goal and just an accidental miscommunication.
That and off of the incredible shooting from Biscuit and Kane. They had 12 shots between the two of them, and that more than doubles the output of the entire Spectre. Blaster had a respective 3. Maniac had a pair of shots. So Right now, both teams have 2 players being those flag runners, being those people out setting the tone. So you want to see who is that third person. Will it be Frosty or will it be God, able to step up and help their team more? Big thing is, Tyrants, they have the pressure, they have the control, and guess what, B++? They have the lead in the series.
Yeah, and you mentioned the pressure Biscuit having 7 shots there, but Biscuit also is the 3rd highest in shots per game in Master League, with a 3.5, and Motions is the highest of 4.0 per game. And also, on the other end, Spectre, Blaster, had a ton of saves that game. I forget how many exactly, but had a ton of saves, and is also 5th for most saves per game. So clearly they're sticking to what they're good at, and we'll just see who comes out on top.
Just leading up to what we're built to. The shooter's going to shoot, the savior's going to save. So it is now up for these guys to kind of swap roles. Their Blaster beat out by the Tyrants. Frosty runs to it here, trying to find the ball. A good clear by God, able to push it back 1. God still on it here, trying to find the chip. He's got Kane, the last man back. Biscuit just being a nuisance, taking the boost, but now Blaster near post opportunity barring in.
And a great play again by the Spectre. Kane, again, just another mistouch, but great way to take advantage by Maniac and Blaster and get in that first goal.
An early one here for the Spectre sets the stage. B++ as they want to get back into the series and tie it up. Looking for it here, but underruns it, giving it off to Blaster instead. A little bit of miscommunication there. It looked like they wanted to turn to it and then didn't. Now a double coming through. Maniac on top of it in the corner, puts it off the backboard. He's got a teammate collapsing slow. Another double commit coming from the Spectre. The Spooky Boys working in pairs right now. And technically they had the lead, so it's not too threatening. This time, though, Maniac puts it on by himself. No teammate to push him there, so maybe that's why that didn't work. The near post beckoning on once again. A very solid 50 as the ball stagnates on this yellow side.
Yeah, and here we are, the Tyrants now actually taking their time here. Frosty throws it mid, and Kane is right there in the middle.
A beautiful read there, Frosty batting it up and trying to push it across and ends up sneaking behind Blaster. Blaster, really aggressive push there. I like the play, but there is no one in the middle of the net. Kane puts another one on and ties this game up, not even a minute in. Now the ball back on this side. No one other than Kane getting control. Frosty on the backboard has to be careful. An over-egregious push means it's dangerous here, but so God misses it. Now Blaster puts it on the team bump. The huge play, getting the goalie out of the way. It works. The Spectre up by 1.
Yeah, and just the bump play there, Blaster is able to throw it on net. I mean, it didn't really have that much power, but I mean, it was enough when nobody else is in the net to save it. I mean, just a great bump there by the Spectre to open up that goal, and they take the lead once again as Blaster actually is going to go up again.
Double?
Oh.
I personally cannot double. I respect anyone who's willing to try. That one was just inches away from going in, just a hair off on the rotation. God is up trying to 50 it and does, but the ball is still on this side. Blaster putting a prodding shot on. There's nobody home. That ball was going in. The Tyrants had to do something, but they could not get it out.
So you know how I said Blaster was like the highest amount of saves per game and Biscuit was the highest amount of shots per game? I guess they like switched roles for this game. Blaster is just taking all the shots.
They traded controllers, obviously, but no, Blaster coming out and putting on an absolute showcase right now. A very big clear there. Kane, that man up in time, trying to keep it on. Maniac runs to it here. Frosty, that is now a lot of Tyrants in the air, but no touches coming from it. Biscuit gets credited with the save. The very, very, very aggressive push there from Blaster going for the demo. Now it gets the bump. The ball's rolling down. Tries to find the pass, but can't get to it. Frosty clears it out, but gets absolutely sent to the Shadow Realm for his trouble. And now an open net for the Tyrants. And there he is again. Kane getting his second goal of the match.
Spectre got 2 demos there, but they forgot to demo the person that was actually going for the ball and had a wide open net. So, unfortunate there. I mean, Kane will take the open net as the Spectre were annihilating everyone on his team.
The Tyrants have 2 goals on 2 assists, on 2 saves, on 2 shots. I don't think I've seen a more visually pleasing scoreboard in a long time, but right now the score stands at 2-3. The Spectre defending a very small lead that has diminished over time. Kane looking for a 50 here and can't get it through that defense, but Frosty, that last man up, able to do it in time. God trying to clear it here, putting it into the corner. The ball's going to bounce, looking for a chance here, throwing it high, though, instead, but it got past Biscuit. Biscuit, a misread, but Maniac and Blaster were not ready for it. Maniac throws it on for now. A double commit coming on the side of the Tyrants. This one bouncing off the ceiling, technically on, but there's Kane and Frosty going for it again. Tyrants just kind of swarming around their net. They need to be careful here. A mistouch from Maniac is just kind of a transition of possession. Biscuit and Frosty here. No one able to handle it. Kane has it on, but not a lot of boost, and Blaster able to clear this one out in time.
I'm seeing a lot of double commits here from the Tyrants. I'm not quite sure what happened here, but like when they're not double committing, they're doing great little passing plays like that. It just unfortunate there that the Spectre player was able to clear that out, but they're making good plays when they're not double committing. That if they can clear up the double commits on defense, then they could take this game, game 2.
It's going to be important to start this off right. They have control. They need to find some offense here, and they're playing a lot of defense. They're hemmed in, but Blaster's putting another shot on. Frosty has to reach up and get that save, and technically a double commit coming through once again as Kane was backing his teammate up in the air. Frosty and Kane still in the net. The demo attempt swiping past that last player in the net. Frosty putting it up, trying to find a pass out. He's got Chaos here. Chaos, though, sideways in the air, a little bit unruly, unable to touch that one the way they wanted to. Blaster, the back pass, looking for Gotti, throwing it off the backboard, but denied by Kane again. Now the ball still on this side. Yellow has to get a clear. They need to find something as the Tyrants are beginning to run out of time.
They're running out of time, but there's only one goal that needs to get scored so that they can bring it into overtime, and I believe the Tyrants do have the potential to do it, but also the Spectre are just keeping the pressure up. I mean, we haven't seen the Tyrants really leave their zone until like right then, and the Spectre are just bumping and shooting their way to hopefully a game 2 win.
Ball is up, beat by Kane. Kane throwing it on. The Tyrants had a chance, but Blaster, the last man back. A demo comes through, killing Biscuit where he stands. A beautiful pass is Frosty, denied at the point of attack by Blaster. Blaster getting a clear here, wasn't credited for that save, but it did not matter. It kept his team ahead. The dunk coming through. Maniac's up. That's an open net. Frosty, you can't cover that one. It's a 2-goal lead for the Spectre.
What a dunk there by God Racer. Just, I mean, nowhere else to put that ball because he just doubled in size to be able to get that dunk, and surely that secures the game here for the Spectre, unless the Tyrants can get a kickoff goal right away.
Well, Frosty has it on his Octane. He's passing it down. He's got Biscuit near post, but Blaster waiting in this side. Beautiful control. Now a pass out midfield. Chaos looking for Frosty. Frosty, now the ball is up, bouncing down. You got to get there quick. Biscuit, though, unable to reach out. It was a 2-goal deficit. That wasn't going to be the one that won it, but it was going to be a feels-good goal, B++, and they couldn't do it. Spectre take one back here in 4-2 fashion.
Yeah, and the Spectre definitely put on the pressure there compared to the Tyrants of last game. And I'm starting to notice that Biscuit did not get a single shot that game. And I feel that the Tyrants' pressure from the first game came from Biscuit shooting all of his shots on net. And when your star guy who's getting all the shots doesn't get any shots, your pressure just kind of poofs away. But great job by Spectre taking advantage of it. And I mean, they put 13 shots on net, which is insanity.
It's just pressure. 5 coming from the Tyrants, and that's usually a pretty good mark, but you give up 13. That seems a lot worse. So it's finding that consistency in that offense, able to find those transition plays, and that's exactly what the Spectre did. They were pressing it, they were making plays, and then anytime that they need to control the clock, they were very aggressive with it. They put it on their opponent's side. They did not score as much as you probably would like to see with 13 shots, but they were taking shots and killing the clock that way, where some teams would just be resigned to hold it on their end and try and play defensively. They were not doing it that game. They were doing a great job of being aggressive while being defensive.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see how the Tyrants adjust in this game 3 here. Again, both of these teams need a great result. I mean, Spectre basically need to just win out here. They probably shouldn't have lost game 1, but obviously you can't go back and change the past, so that they need to win out here, and I think the Tyrants also need to win out. So both of these teams just really need these wins if they want any shot at playoffs.
Well, that was a chance there from the Spectre. You said it, both teams knocking on the door looking for it. So the question is, can the Spectre make the comeback, and can they try and spark the miracle run? Blaster has it. God Racer waiting in the wing, but now Blaster goes for the double, and it doesn't find its way in. Maniac commits, and now he has to run home. I like that drift, able to stay on top of the ball. Dangerous pass out there. Backflip coming through. Kane has way too wide open of a net, and that is a quick goal at the 420 mark.
Yeah, Maniac just the missed touch there. Was on the backboard to try and read it, but Kane just placed it very, very well, and there was nobody that was going to save that on the Spectre. Great shot there by Kane.
Biscuit wins the 50 now. He's got Frosty behind him. I like the backup here from both these teams. That cheat was huge, as now God Racer has to win one. He wins against Kane for now, but Kane stays on it. That pinch, it's going to bounce down. Blaster near post. I really like that. He flipped upside down, saved the flip, and then pushed it out. Maniac looking for his teammate on the same side. Now all three purple cars on the same wall. You got to be careful there. Ball arcing back. Biscuit going for a bump. Can't find it, but Kane finds the shot. The save comes through from Maniac, but it is still threatening here. The squishy attempt coming through. Frosty able to put it in and extend this lead.
Tyrants are keeping up the pressure now. They've already been ramping up the shots a bunch this game. I mean, they're even on shots, but this is what you get. The Spectre are kind of panicking on defense when they get a bunch of shots thrown on them, and that's exactly what the Tyrants are taking advantage of.
In my mind, I can barely think to go for squishy saves, but the Tyrants had a block for it. I'm sorry, I'm going to put a pin in that one. We're coming back to that in a minute because Kane's scoring another one as they set up a beautiful play. Biscuit goes for the bump here, gets Blaster up, and then a quick shot from Kane.
Yeah, and again, just the pressure. I mean, all three Tyrants players were up in the offensive half. If the Spectre won that 50, they had a wide open 3-on-0 play there. But again, just the sheer pressure from the Tyrants coming out is just not giving the Spectre any room to get out.
That's an important thing, man. You don't want to be hemmed in. You want the boost, you want the space, and honestly, you want the comfort, and that has not been what the Spectre have been given. The Tyrants, they've been tyrannical. I hate to put it just plain and simple, but that's what they do. And they come in, they conquer, and they set everything up like they want. That purple side has been truly just under the control of the Tyrants all game. God Racer now on the corner here trying to find the clear and does want to get to it, but can't. But he got Kane up in time and did not allow that touch to come through. Biscuit getting a clear for now, just killing the clock as we begin to continue to crest towards halfway.
And the Tyrants here are just playing a little more passive. I mean, they are up 3 goals. They don't need to go super aggressive, except when your last man gets demoed. But the Spectre, nobody there to really just take the shot immediately. But they'll take that shot instead.
God Racer gets the clear, able to get it past one, but Kane is there, denying it again and again. Now a miss from the Spectre. Maniac has to go up and make that save, and does. Biscuit arcing it back, looking for it, but it's going to hit the backboard there. Frosty waiting for it off of God Racer's touch. The ball up. Kane is there, looking for that far post shot, but no, it drops down instead. Maniac catches that save. Now it's a 2-on-1. God Racer over one, but can't get it past Frosty. Frosty, the sacrificial save to deny that chance from the Spectres. Kane looking for a pass here, going off the backboard instead, so not a favorable touch. Maniac passed one. I like this play here. Very good piece. A nice flick there near post, but he can't get enough control. Spectre, an opportunity turned away by misplay.
And we're going to see here Frosty again trying to keep up the pressure here, but now the Spectre are taking their turn. They have to score basically now, and it almost looked like it was going to happen there, but great clear there by Frosty, and it's an open net for Kane.
Clear, check. Transition, check. Goal, check. Kane just doing it all there. A beautiful pass off of Frosty. That pinch just had so much velocity, and that flipped the field so fast, B++, that allowed these guys to come back and make another goal happen. They are up 4. They are going to be taking this one and taking a 2-1 lead in the series. And if they are not careful, they're going to continue to roll through this one because the Spectre have had no answer so far. Frosty looking for it there. Blaster up in time. Spectre still hemmed in. A lot of yellow cars there. A double commit coming from Blaster and God Racer. Maniac, the last man back. That last bastion of spookiness. A double commit coming from the Tyrants now. Everyone go for the ball. Just get up in the air. Blaster putting it down. He gets it off of Tyrant. Biscuit, Frosty looking for the touchdown. It drops back down. Blaster, though, denying it once again. These guys just rotate around. They find passes. They find shots that they cannot break through.
And just the Tyrants just looked completely changed this game. I wonder if... Oh. Okay. Biscuit, unfortunately, not able to get the clear there. I mean, God Racer, very strong shot, but Biscuit could just not get around it. And the Spectre will take it, but 36 seconds left. I don't think they can come back.
That's a way to get back in this series. Heck of a shot there coming out from, I believe, God Racer. Yep. Big-time shots. They need to find a couple more of these with only 30 seconds left. Spectre knocking on the door here. Blaster, he's got Maniac far post. I like the look here. He's got Maniac. Maniac, though, unable to find it. It was 1-2 to goal, but they could not get the connection in the end, dropping it at the final moment. Ball bouncing around here. The Tyrants kind of just wiping the sweat there. A little bit of a worry if they give up 2 in a row that fast, but now 7 seconds left, and it's a 3-goal lead they're protecting. Trying to find a fourth here. Kane, though, denied again. The ball bounces down. Frosty pushing it on Blaster, clearing it home. It's going to bounce twice here. I think he's going to go for the shot, but denied by Kane. Ball is still up. The demo comes through, and this is how this one will end. The Tyrants take a 2-1 series lead.
Another great game here by the Tyrants, and this time it wasn't even Biscuit laying on the shots. They just kind of, kept the pressure up. It was about the same number of shots. I mean, the Tyrants had 8 shots compared to the Spectre's 7. So, I mean, not that huge of a difference when it comes to the shots, but it just seemed like the Tyrants just had more pressure. Maybe they weren't exactly putting shots on net, but they were just in the face of the Spectre, creating all of that pressure, and that's what led to the win. And, I mean, if you're the Tyrants, keep doing that. Don't fall asleep. Don't let the Spectre get back into this. You may have given up the last goal of the game, but still keep that pressure up. Don't think you're 3-0 up again.
You just have to close it out. You have to be in control. You have to be aware, and you have to be cognitive of the moment that you're in. And that right now is exactly what the Tyrants did. They gave up that early one, and have been able to put 2 now. Trying to find a third here. Frosty putting a shot on, denied by God Racer. Ball still on the side. Biscuit prodding shot on Blaster. Backfields it out. Now Maniac looking for God Racer. That's a dangerous ball. You don't want to give Kane any more opportunities. You give him these near post shots and he will kill you. But 2 players there. They turn that away. Ball is now up. Frosty runs on it. Now a nice opportunity rolling around. You want to like this pass here. Very good look from Frosty. Biscuit gets the bumps from his teammate, but that ball is way too high. It's back. Blaster gets credited with the save. Frosty, the back pass. That's a dangerous touch. No. Biscuit sprinting home. A beautiful play, but in the wrong goal.
All right, can we officially call that one an own goal? Because, yeah, that was just unfortunate there. Frosty tried to pass it. Kane just wasn't ready and accidentally just backflips it into their own net. That's unfortunate.
We didn't call pause. It got put best in chat. Frosty, calculated. That was exactly what it was, Twitch chat. It wasn't anything other than calculated. That's what it was. The Tyrants just styling in the wrong goal. Oh my goodness. Blaster's going to hand one back if he's not careful, but Kane, the agent of chaos, is actually an agent of no boost. Unfortunately, unable to catch up to this one. Frosty, 2 players up once again from this orange side. This Wookiee boy is working in pairs, and it has not worked for them, but you know what? They're just trying to force a square peg into a triangle hole, and maybe it'll work eventually. Maniac up. I like the push here. Very good control, but he's got no teammate help. Chaos able to push it out. Got a beautiful redirect from Frosty. Blaster. That was the right direction. That was the right goal, but it got saved in the end.
Great save there by Blaster. I mean, the Tyrants wanted to tie this one back up, but Blaster was like, nope. Not happening. If this is a 1-0 game and we win this thing off of an own goal, we'll take it. But, I mean, obviously Spectre do not want to be giving up any goals right now because, I mean, they're going to take the gift the Tyrants gave them and kind of run with it as long as they can.
Now an opportunity here. Kane putting it on a long shot, but it's going to go right towards the middle of the net. Blaster given the Savior medal for his troubles. God Racer in the corner. He's got to beat Biscuit here. had the read but didn't want to commit. So now, ball still on the Spectre side. Maniac trying to catch up to it. A good 50. Kane is up. I like this play here as the ball is beginning to pick up a lot of pace. The demo comes through. Biscuit and Kane running back. Frosty spawning on the left side. Biscuit is up. He's got to beat Maniac. The demo comes through. Frosty just respawned, but it doesn't matter if you're demoing the players on the wrong side of the field. The shots still come through. Beat by one. Blaster up. Biscuit stands tall at midfield. They have to find a goal here. Now the shot on. That's just behind God Racer. You have all that momentum and put it behind him. A perfectly placed ball.
Yeah, great patience here by Biscuit, just waiting, puts it behind God Racer, and as you mentioned, God Racer, too much momentum, not able to stop in time, just goes flying past the ball, and we're in a tie game again.
It's halftime. It's truly reset at halftime, but this is not going to stay tied for long. Frosty reads it off of the dish from Kane. Pause. Agent of Chaos and Maniac. Unfavorable touch.
Yeah, Frosty just a great job there, just cheating up, realizing they had they had everyone beat, and scored. And now the Tyrants, their pressure is finally paying off here. It wasn't for a longest while, but fun fact, Spectre has 0 shots right now. So they have a 1 divided by 0 shooting percentage? Yeah, technically.
It's infinite.
Infinite shooting percentage? Yeah, that's how that works, yeah.
Because 1 is infinitely more than nothing, because nothing technically doesn't exist as Maniac tries to find the double, but keeps their perfect shot there. Ball is up. You need to be careful here. Biscuit puts the pressure on. He's got 2 to beat. God Racer runs underneath of it. A big time clear. The ball is bouncing down. You want to find this one here. Chaos, though, denying it once again. Maniac pinching. He's got a teammate up. I like this push from Blaster. A better save from Biscuit. Maniac can't find the angle. God Racer and the Spectre, they are knocking on this door. They are making the plays. They are passing it around, but they are turned away at the point of attack. That Tyrant defense just slaps on.
And another double commit here, but a Tyrant Spectre could take an advantage here if they get quick enough, but they unfortunately won't be able to take advantage, at least not this time. But Tyrants are still awkward right now. They kind of just gave up their pressure after they got a goal lead. I mean, hopefully Spectre can take advantage of this if the Tyrants don't realize that they're not really putting on pressure.
Now Blaster has a touch here, wins the 50. Kane trying to get on it here. Another big 50 from Blaster, denying anything towards his own net, but Kane is still there. The shot is still there, but unfortunately, Kane, the post is still there. So God Racer puts it on the ball, bouncing up. Kane getting the clear for now. Blaster has the boost, has the shot, but there is Kane once again. Blaster overruns it. Spectre, 39 seconds left on the clock. They have to find something here. Blaster is up and 50's it for now, but Biscuit got it past 1. Frosty beat. Kane is up. He has to make the touch and does. Clears it out. The save and the clear. The 2-for-1 deal on that backboard coming from Kane. God Racer's up. 50 again by Biscuit. The Tyrants truly just coming into form when it matters. This defense has come out of nowhere. Now Maniac has to find the shot. It's a beautifully placed ball and a better shot to finish. Maniac and the Spectre tie it up.
They tie it up. I mean, what a pass by Blaster right down the Maniac. And I mean, an even better shot. 3 Tyrants players were in the net, and they still couldn't save it just because of how well placed it was. And now the Spectre are back in it, with the Tyrants not really putting on the pressure like they were before. The Spectre are kind of putting that on now. And we might be going to overtime here. We'll see.
You said that and Biscuit went in the air, and my heart just accelerated because both of those players were a little bit awkward. I've seen some very unfavorable 50s in front of nets, especially on my end. So, both teams live to see another overtime, folks. It is now 2-2. The series hangs in the balance. Spectre trying to play for their life here right now is able to get the save. Tyrants up 2-1 in the series. They want to put this one away and put the series on ice. Maniac and company, though, trying to play and extend this one and force a very interesting Game 5. Now, God Racer going for the bump instead. Both players forfeited the ball. So Biscuit collects it on the run here, but does not collect the boost. Trying to win the touch, and technically does. Frosty has to go backwards. You don't want to pass it down. He's got God Racer. That's going to bounce in, but no. Kane gets the Savior medal. It's just they continue back and forth in a minute in of OT, and both teams' opportunities have arisen, but no one able to grasp on.
Yeah, I thought this game was over when Frosty made that touch downwards here, and it might be over anyway.
I'm sorry.
What a goal!
I just saw him in the air, and I was like, he beat Frosty. Frosty didn't go for it, trusting his teammate there. God Racer, the pace, the reel with the understanding that he can get to the ball. The Spectre have tied it up. It is 2-2 going into Game 5. The Smoogie Boys will not be denied tonight, B++. We're going to Game 5. It is 3-2, and that is going to be the scoreline of one of these teams in the series.
And we get to find out who it is right here. I mean, Game 5 in a battle of both of these teams trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. This could, every game matters. This could literally decide if you are going to playoffs or not. And I can't tell these two teams apart. Tyrants get up in the lead and just kind of stop doing what they've been doing, and then Spectre take advantage and just kind of flip-flop. I don't know.
Well, that is the beauty of Rocket League. It is truly just momentum in waves as they push and they pull. You can never fully control the game. You can only do so much, and then it's up to your opponents and up to your teammates to continue that. So, the Spectre, they have answered the call, B++. It is Game 5. It is 2-2. Ladies and gentlemen, the second match of the night goes to a very hotly contested Game 5. It's only Week 8, but you have that playoff feel because both of these teams fighting for their fleeting chances. Frosty and Blast are going to start this one off. Kane looking for it here off the sidewall. A very good pinch there. I like the read, but Maniac throwing it out, trying to find anyone, but the only car he finds is that yellow and red Octane of Frosty. Not Frosty, Biscuit, excuse me. Frosty pushed that one. Kane beating one, a beautiful shot there near post. Had Maniac getting bullied in net, but not on target. Biscuit can't find the touch and misses that one. The Tyrants swarming in front of this purple net, just back and forth, back and forth. Biscuit has control once again. This Spectre, they are hemmed in. A beautiful read there as God Racer denies that one in time.
And right away, we're seeing the Tyrants come out and do what they've been doing, keeping the pressure here. But now the Spectre get a chance and could make something of it if they manage to keep up this pressure on the Tyrants.
Blaster is up, has control, very good air dribble, but Kane, the agent of chaos, in control, denying that one. Maniac dropping it down, but not far enough, not sharp enough of an angle as that ball hits the post instead. Maniac got another shot, but another denial by the Tyrants. Blaster denied at the point of attack once again. Biscuit has to stay home and does. I really like this touch here. God Racer's up, but once again, too far to the right. These cars are up there taking the shots. They are making the plays. They just have to be a little bit more accurate. Maniac now pushing on here. The game deadlocked at 0-0. The series deadlocked at 2-2. Something has to give in Game 5.
And I can't tell who's going to give first. I mean, but the Tyrants, I will say, in that little sprint of Spectre, like, in that little sprint that the Spectre had of pressure, Tyrants were doing really well on defense. I don't think I saw a single double commit. So that could be the difference in this game. Maybe the Tyrants have fixed those double commit issues and maybe could launch a very good counterattack.
That's the thing. We've seen both teams be willing to throw two players at the car. I think it's more of a confidence thing. It's as long as we win it, we're okay. We'll put two people in the same position, and if we get the touch, we win. So both teams have really not, they haven't been punished for it truly, because you'll see a double commit and then the other team goes, oh, we can double commit now because they did. Frosty up, the soft touch off the backboard looking for his teammate. Biscuit puts the shot on and it falls right over top of the falling defender. Biscuit, how do you time that any better?
Yeah, Maniac tried to stay up, used as much boost as possible, but couldn't stay floating. And the Tyrants will take the Game 5 lead, but still only 2:40 left. I mean, a bunch of time for the Spectre to easily come back. Maybe another own goal, or a great play by God Racer.
I mean, there's a way they can come back. They can look for passing plays, or they can just go for a kickoff and hand it to God Racer, and God Racer does the rest. Biscuit, you can try. Frosty, you'll put that in your own net. It's a tie ball game once again at halftime.
And, I mean, again, we're deadlocked.
How do we do this?
I don't know.
It's 1-1. Neither team is giving an inch. The ball on the side, and it finds its way back to midfield. Now it is up to Frosty here, denied by Maniac. The Spectre looking for a touch. Maniac, you gotta be kidding me. That was beautifully controlled down, but the Spectres did not want to push. I'm okay with it. It's a tie ball game, a ton of time left. We've calmed down. Both teams want to find the winning shot here. They don't want to overcommit. God Racer 50 there, very solid there. He's got to do it again and does. Now he's going to try and play for the ball himself. No, he hands off to Maniac. Maniac finds it there, and the extender out for the Spectre.
And just the patience here from Maniac, just waits, and then decides to go. And the Tyrants players just had to react. I don't think anyone was beating Maniac to that ball. And yeah, just great shot there by Maniac. Again, no Tyrants players were able to get to it. And once again, Spectre are in the lead.
They are pesky. They are anywhere. They are just stealthy. The Spooky Boys will not go away. Frosty with a pass, but it only finds that purple car of Maniac. Maniac beats it. It's going to go in. Maniac, how did you do that? Got the protractor out.
The insane angle there from Maniac. I mean, that is such a low percentage shot, but nobody's in net. I think it was Biscuit that was back, just pushed up thinking it was going to come off the wall, and it didn't. And another great play by Maniac as Kane has to make that save.
It's becoming a Maniac highlight reel if we're not careful. A big time 50 there by none other, as now the ball begins to sit on this purple side. Kane and company down a pair of goals is not something where they have been a lot in this series, so a bit of a mountain to climb. Biscuit beat there by God Racer. God Racer playing slow and steady, gets bumped for their troubles. Chaos throws it in the corner here. Kane looking for a pass, but gets beat by Blaster once again. Spectre trying to control this one. Very good ball control. Now Maniac throws it up. That was an open net opportunity. Wants that one back, but ended up just passing it off. So now Frosty, 15 hard in front of his net. A shot coming through from Biscuit. Biscuit there, able to put it through. And guess what? Maniac can't reach that one in time.
Yeah, and Frosty here, a great 50 throw. I mean, in a great bounce too off the corner. And Biscuit's just right there for it. And again, just a well-placed shot. None of the Spectres can save it, and we're within one goal with 1 minute left, and we might be within 0. No, God Racer does make the save.
These teams just find ways to stay close. Maniac, a dangerous touch there. Blaster has to clear it out. Staying on top of it, Kane pushes it back, so now the ball is still rolling on. Maniac puts the pass back. It's bouncing off the backboard. He's got a teammate. Frosty's there, but overcommits. Oh, an opportunity arose. Biscuit keeps it out. He's got Frosty and Chaos waiting back. Maniac, very good control. He's got the flick to Blaster. Blaster, though, beat by Frosty, so now a shot the other way. God Racer able to save it in time. Now Maniac, this is a track meet back and forth. Both teams sprinting up and down the pitch, but an opportunity arises. The Spectre are going to take it. They're up by 2.
He had no boost. Frosty just had no boost to be able to get to it, and God Racer just beats him to the ball. Oh, if Frosty had even just a lick of boost, then he would have been able to save that.
How does that happen? That is both teams back. They were ready for it. They just could not finish in the end, and so now Spectre up 2 once again for Frosty and the Tyrants. You've come so far. You cut the lead to 1, and then you give up one like that. That is absolutely bone-crushing here. 7 seconds left in Game 5. It is up to them to make it, but the Spectre are going to do it, and a feels good goal. No, it won't go for the road. The Spectre do it in amazing fashion. They had the series on the line last game. Win or you're out, and the Spectre do that, and now they make a very big statement here for themselves, but I do not know personally if a 3-2 keeps you above that 0.02 percentage, so maybe they'll have another decimal added next week, but Spectre come out, and statistically, it's an upset, like, standings-wise, but both of these teams played out of their minds, and they showed exactly why ML is so much fun, because you never knew what team was going to win until that final shot coming from the Spectre.
Yeah, and, I mean, just a great game overall. I mean, again, both of these teams would have preferred a 5-0. You always prefer a 5-0, but if you're Tyrants, I think this loss hurts more than if the Spectre were to lose, because the Tyrants are only 8 games out of playoffs, and this is not how you gain 8 games in the final 4 weeks of the season.
That's right. That's a very big task has now been laid in front of the Tyrants for the division. Well, B++, thank you for stepping in, man. It was great to see you. I had a blast. I hope you did. You at home, I hope you guys had a blast as well. This will be me getting yanked out. We're going to be taking a short break, but stay still. We still have 2 more games on the docket tonight, so we will be back here on MLE 2 in just a little bit.